Girl returned to her mother's grave, but what she found just a few steps away changed everything. Emily's mother, Grace, had passed away just a week ago. It was a quiet, painful funeral only close family attended. Emily had always felt something was off about how sudden her mom's passing was, but no one wanted to talk about it. As she kneeled to set the bouquet down, she saw it, a fresh scratch etched into the stone. It wasn't there yesterday. Confused and scared, she returned the next day just before sunset and froze. There was a fresh candle burning beside the grave. No one in her family had been back. Her heart racing, she followed wax drips leading down a narrow path behind the cemetery wall. They stopped at a stone bench, and sitting on it was her mother's favorite red coat, perfectly folded. Emily stared at the red coat, folded neatly on the stone bench, exactly like the one her mother had been buried in. But that wasn't possible. She reached out, her fingers trembled. It was warm, fresh, her chest tightened. She pulled her hand back like it had burned her. Her eyes scanned the cemetery, but no one was there. The air was heavy. Even the birds had gone silent. She stepped backward, then snap, a twig behind her. She spun, no one. When she turned back, the coat was gone. She gasped, gone. The bench was empty now, like it had never been touched. Emily's heart thudded. She took a shaky breath, whispering, "Mom." No answer. She turned to run, then saw something new. A narrow iron gate built into the cemetery's back wall, half open, covered in ivy. She had never noticed it before. Drawn by something she couldn't name, Emily stepped through. On the other side was a forgotten garden, overgrown, silent. A cracked sundial sat at the center, and next to it, a candle, still burning. No wax trail, no wind disturbance, just one perfect flame. Beside it, a photograph. Emily knelt. It was her, standing in front of her old school. But she didn't remember that moment. She didn't remember that outfit. On the back of the photo, written in her mother's handwriting, were 3 words: "Time is folding." Her stomach dropped. Those words, it was something her mom had said on her final night in the hospital, her last sentence. Emily had thought it was just nonsense. Suddenly, the candle blew out. No breeze, no reason. Darkness fell over the garden. Then a sound. Tap, tap, tap. Not footsteps, knocking. She followed the sound behind the sundial and discovered something else. A mausoleum, half hidden beneath twisted vines. She stepped closer. Another knock. Inside? She hesitated, then pulled the rusted door open. A rush of cold air hit her. Stone walls, empty alcoves, the smell of dust and age. And in the center, her mother's casket. It wasn't buried. It was here, resting in the open. Emily's breath hitched. No, she stepped closer. It was sealed, but freshly sealed. The edges were clean. There was no plaque, no name, only a cassette tape resting on top. Her mother's name was written on it. Grace. She blinked back tears. In the corner, an old tape recorder sat waiting. She pressed play. Her mother's voice. "Emmy, if you're hearing this, I've already failed. I told them the dreams meant something, but no one listened. I thought it would end with me, but it's coming for you too." Emily dropped to her knees. "I didn't die, Emmy. Not really. They moved me." The tape crackled, then continued. "There's a house on Bellevue Street. Go there. The truth is buried in the basement wall." Then silence. Emily pulled out her phone. No signal. She ran outside, but the cemetery gate was gone, replaced by a solid stone wall. She panicked, turning in circles. The bench, the candle, even the sundial. Gone. Had she imagined it? Then a buzz. Her phone flickered to life. One bar. A message appeared. "Go now." No number. Emily didn't wait. 20 minutes later, Bellevue Street, an abandoned cottage, shutters torn, roof half collapsed, no lights inside. But something about it felt familiar. She stepped in. The floor creaked under her weight. Dust hung in the air like smoke. Her mother's voice echoed in her mind. In the basement wall, she found the door. It groaned open. The stairs below were pitch black. She grabbed a broken broom as a weapon and descended. The basement smelled of wet stone and rot. The walls were covered in strange symbols, circles, lines, eyes. One corner looked different, new bricks in an old pattern. She tapped them, hollow. She swung the broom. The bricks cracked. Behind them, wooden boards. She pulled one loose and saw it. A metal box, small, rusted, locked, a symbol carved on the top, the same as the ones on the walls. She pried it open. Inside, not what she expected. Not bones, not jewelry, a birth certificate. Emily froze. Her name was listed, but not her mother's. A woman she'd never heard of was written as her biological mother. And under father, the name was blacked out. The bottom corner was signed by someone named Dr. Ira Holtzman. Emily's head spun. Suddenly the lights flickered. She wasn't alone. Footsteps on the stairs. She pressed herself to the wall. The door creaked open. A figure appeared, silhouetted in the doorway. It was a man, mid-50s, thin, pale, holding a lantern. He stared at her. "You found it," he said quietly. "Who are you?" Emily whispered, "I'm the one who signed your birth certificate." Emily's legs nearly gave out. He stepped closer. "Your mother, Grace, she wasn't supposed to raise you. The others didn't want that, but she ran, hid you, changed your name." "What others?" Emily demanded. He looked at her sadly. "You're not the only one. There were experiments, children born into something they couldn't control, something ancient." Emily backed away. "I don't believe you. You don't have to," he said, "but you already feel it, don't you? The dreams, the voices, the missing time." Her heart raced. She had been dreaming strange things, walking into rooms she didn't remember entering, waking up with mud on her shoes. He pointed to the wall. "She left you more, behind the second panel." Emily reached up and pulled the next board free. Inside, a small velvet pouch. She opened it. A locket. Her mother's locket. She pressed it to her chest and wept. "She loved you," the man said. "She tried to stop it all, but it's already begun." Emily looked up. "What do I do?" He paused. "You leave. Tonight. You go north, past the river. There's a cabin. You stay hidden. You don't contact anyone." "Why?" He looked toward the stairs. "Because they know you're awake now." Suddenly, a sound upstairs. Another door opening. He blew out the lantern. "Go, now." Emily clutched the locket and ran. 3 days later, a police report surfaced online. Unknown break-in at Bellevue Street. Basement tampered. No valuables taken. No mention of a girl. No mention of a birth certificate. And no one could confirm the house had ever been occupied. Emily's number was disconnected. Her apartment was empty. All that remained was a red coat, folded neatly on the bench in the cemetery garden, still warm.